sick, decadent slobs. But people that strive and stand up for what's good, they have empowered lives. And I have just been so blessed by God. I want to thank God. And I want to thank all of you. I'm just so thankful of how we've been brought through these trials and tribulations. When I think about just how fallen people are and how committed to evil they are, it boggles the mind. The betrayal, the deception, the lowliness, the weakness. But that's the way the cycle works, isn't it? We have to be tested. You can't just be given eternal consciousness in God's great system that we're in the waiting room of, being tested. It's real. All the top scientists know it, the genetic engineers, the globalists. They say, oh, we're going to create new realities, and this one's the false one. Something else is running it. We're going to make a really cool, we're going to make this whole new thing. Everybody needs to go with us into it. I think I heard of that before. But the devil can't manufacture, can't create. So he's got to get us to do it. And he's trying to get us, made in the image of God, to build him his own new universe. But then, of course, kill us when he's done. As he tells all the top architects that they're going to merge with these machines and he's going to take them with him. The devil's already got robots. Doesn't need you. You'll find out. Jim in Toronto, Canada. Thanks for holding. You're on the air. Welcome.
Hello. Hi, Alex. How you doing?
Good, brother. Good to hear your voice. How you doing?
Good, good. Pretty cold up here in Toronto. Lots of snow, lots of icicles hanging over all the rooftops. I'm sure it's pretty warm down there.
Maybe old Jolly St. Nick will drop by.
Yeah, thanks for all you do. And, you know, I'm sure all the InfoWarriors are battling, keeping the battle going. I want to talk about the, I guess, the mainstream media smear campaign and what they've been doing, and specifically the Access Hollywood tape. And, you know, I just been doing a bit of researching, and I know the tape actually came out in 2005. The recording was done in 2005. But it wasn't until October 2016 that the tape was officially made public by Billy Bush. And just about a month after that, if you look on YouTube, a program came out. It was a YouTube video. About like a month after that came out at the Adobe Max Creativity Conference. Adobe premiered one of their new audio editing suites called Voco. It's a voice-over conversion program. And what
they've had for decades now with voice print. They don't just use your voice for print. They can then synthesize it, and they can even synthesize video, like The Running Man, where Mad Dog Ben Richards kills all the women and children, but he didn't really do it. It's a computer map program. It's very old, and you're absolutely right. Go ahead.
But yeah,
hold on, this is too important. Stay there. We'll talk about the software. We'll pull it up. I know there's a lot of these out there. They can do it so good with computers now that it'll beat voice print. So we're going to come back and show World Reality News when we come back and talk about what Jim's bringing up. I'm glad you brought this up. I keep meaning to bring this up. That's why Trump's saying, yeah, I was on the bus, but it's fake because, again, that's what they can do. They can edit deceptively, but they can also completely manufacture fake stuff now. We'll be right back. Okay.
Let me tell you the news. My head's been...
We were just talking to Jim. He was getting into the Access Hollywood tape that Trump has said, yeah, I talked to that guy, but it sounds fake. It sounds edited. Well, you can hear how it's all cut up, but more importantly, for decades, the U.S. government has had cutting-edge software where they could fake video of people if they have a map of their face and have enough footage of their face or a 360 digital photo. So a lot of you go into these clothing stores, have these body scanners. They go, oh, it gives you the best fitting. Or body scanners at the airport. They show you a blurred image. They get a high-tech digital image. Xbox Connect, all the systems, Microsoft systems, Sony systems, can look through your walls and scan your body better than eyesight and know every pore. It's like sonar or radar. So they now have AI creating fake porn. Deep fake algorithm puts Gal Gadot's face on the body of an adult movie star. I mean, there's many examples of this. So they're obviously readying this for Trump. And that's what he's been getting at. That's what he's been talking about. Here's a low-tech example of what they do. And then we're going to go to Jim. Megyn Kelly aired about, 10 months ago before she left Fox News, a clip on her show saying, here's Alex Jones saying Hillary tortures children to death in the basement of a pizza place. And then she had the owner on, and then she said that this clip is what I'm saying about this guy, which I didn't say. I mean, it would have been defaming him if I was saying it about him. I was saying it about Hillary funding ISIS and Al-Qaeda that have sold kids into slavery by the tens of thousands, murdered women, thrown gays off buildings. And then I went through this whole rant about, I don't know if she's a devil worshiper really killing kids, but with this whole story the media had out there specifically about Comet Ping Pong, and then later I said, probably is made up to distract us onto that place away from what was in the WikiLeaks. But it takes time to figure this out. I do this whole rant about that, and they edited it together. It's video, but audio and video. Totally clear what I said at the beginning and the end. And they put it out. I'm saying she's in the basement herself, torturing and killing kids. And they edited it to tape, mixed it around, edited it, cut the front off, the back off, and played like a minute on the show of fake audio. That's why when Megyn Kelly called me and played dumb on the phone and started hitting on me, I said, I never tape people, clandestinely. But on that case, I did because I could tell it was a setup. So there was a big Hillary sex scandal to break. Mainstream media had all reported on it. They just covered it up by creating a fake one. Then they pin it on me and say I'm fake news for being the one that went and reported on it, covered it, and then debunked what was happening. Then I become the guy who's guilty and who supposedly needs to, be put out of business for it. So that's how they operate, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, you have to take any video or any tape at face value. After you have experts, forensic experts, look at it, you see long clips of it. You can't sit there and take it at face value when it comes out from these people because they've been caught. Exclusive. Prominent lawyers sought donor cash for 2 Trump accusers. Confirmed. The Hill, what we told you months ago and days ago, and what Bill O'Reilly said. And I'm not saying Bill O'Reilly didn't hit on women and really weird stuff in the transcripts like, oh, baby, you got a falafel in there. You want to have sex with a sandwich. I mean, it was really weird. No wonder he can't get women. I mean, little tip, O'Reilly, you don't want to call up, your producer if you want to take her out and tell her, off the bat, does she want to, shove a sandwich? I mean, you're a pervert, but and you should have gotten in trouble. But what, $15 million to one woman for a pervert calling up about how he wants her to do stuff with food? And it wasn't like chocolate sauce or something. It was really stupid. So there's lots of examples of this and ways they can carry out fake news, but it's something we have to look at. So I'm really glad that Jim brought this up. We even have some of the videos that are online. We'll put some on screen for TV viewers. I'll verbally tell you some of the companies and sites that do this, where if you can get a sample of somebody talking, a big enough one, you can then create entire conversations with a computer where it's in that voice. They're now doing it with famous orators and famous British, voices for computer voices. And they get them to talk enough, the computer then can do it so good, voice print, can't tell it's not the real person. And you can talk into a computer, and then an hour later, so imagine a talk show host, a radio host, somebody like Donald Trump, you can take all these recordings, you can even if it's a broadcast voice, they can cut it down to make it sound like it was recorded in a room. And so this is the type of stuff they're engaged in. And their big problem is it usually takes teams to do this. Now it doesn't take teams. One person and the software that's been out there for 20 years. It would just take months to do it, editing it, getting it right, shorter comments. Now they can just whole cloth. I can come up here and say, I love black people. I love white people. I love all people. I care about humanity. And they can, the exact same voice, they can fool a computer, have me saying, I hate N-word, blah, 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 all this garbage. So remember that, folks. Remember. Jim, go ahead and finish your points about Access Hollywood and Trump saying he thinks the tape was highly edited and fake. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically, I don't know when the program, Adobe's program Vocal came out, but there's a demo of it, quite a nice one on YouTube, where basically I can take a recording of yourself, anybody, an MP3. I import it into the program, and what it does is it translates the audio into text right in front of you, and then you can add in, you can sub in words, you can delete words, and
that's consumer grade.
Yet commercially, they had to put the brakes on it because of trademark, because of security problems and issues. There was a big pushback.
Yeah, because it lets people break into voice print.
Well, I went to Adobe's website. You can't buy it. And it was a couple of other articles written by BBC. It was covered.
I saw that. And see, that's the issue, is it's Pandora's box. It's Pandora's, but we're getting technology that is just going to absolutely destabilize civilization.
So the fact is that maybe this program was in the Hollywood production houses, and they had this tape of Trump that just sat there, and they thought, oh, okay, you know what? Billy Bush.
Sir, they don't just have it. Hollywood is changing all its contracts. They brought John Wayne back. They're bringing back everybody and just saying they just own them, and they can have John Wayne get up there and say, I love communism and I hate America, and it looks and sounds just like John Wayne.
Yeah, for sure. So look, I mean, we all know, Hollywood is not Trump's friend, so any opportunity they might be able to take to actually tweak some words.
And him saying it's fake? Absolutely, absolutely, because just how they edited it is fake. God bless you. That's a great point. Since he mentioned it, thank you, Jim. Let's play a clip from the demo he was talking about, where they put their voice in and then it just copies it and says something else. Here it is.
My dogs and my wife, in that order.
Yeah. So how about we mess with who he actually kissed? So I'll just load this audio piece into Vocal. So wait a second. And we have this. So as you can see, let me zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, we have the audio waveform above it, and we have the text under it. And when we play back, the text and the audio should play back at the same time. So let's try it.
And I kissed my dogs and my wife.
Okay. So let's do something here. Okay. So suppose
stop right
Michael Key wants to send this.
And your phone calls. But you just notice, copied it. But it wasn't a recording. The computer instantly copied his voice. And then they changed it and have it say, off that one sample, one little sample, they create a bunch of other stuff. Mad Dog Ben Richards, the brutal slayer of 50 men, women, and children, here to fight for his future in life on The Running Man. I'm Alex Jones, your host. I want to go quickly through your calls because they're all so great, and they bring up things that I'd forgotten to cover. In many cases, things I didn't even know about. But I know this, we got to run from the globalists. Got to take back our civilization, take back our culture, take back our innovation, and make the devil get behind us. Not because we're running scared, but because we're marching out of the Babylon, into the stars, into the future. Run, 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 run. Because the parasites can't innovate. We have to run and innovate and run and innovate and run and innovate and run and innovate. All right. Since we were mentioning it, Access Hollywood, I'd forgotten about this Dolby program that anybody could get, and then they didn't release it. I remember seeing that in the news because it had so many problems. Can you imagine what people would do? I mean, all the little creeps out there. And this is old technology. So he records it, he has it play back, the computer can copy it, then he can change words just from one sentence and have it now say off one sentence other words that beat voice print. And this is just like I'd tell people 22 years ago that they were putting cameras and microphones in appliances to watch you. That was because it was in industry publications. And they're like, oh, you're crazy. But I'm still crazy even after it's all admitted, and I was exactly right. Because they just put a stigma, see, on caring. Well, you know what? I'm glad to take that stigma. Because in the end, it's no stigma at all. When your whole facade collapses, then where is it to be right? But see, I'm a recluse. I'm not trying to be cool for my neighbors or anybody else. I'm trying to be cool for the force of the universe, God. I can feel it. And it guides me. And I know when I'm doing right. I know when I'm doing wrong. It's a steady hand. And I just have to be good. And you have to be good and just say, because God gives you free will. You have to say, Father, I want you to guide me. I want you to lead me. I want you to direct me. And it's only when things get really bad that you actually let God direct you. And then you truly know just how real it is. The more humble you get, the closer you get to God. And I don't want anybody to ever think when I'm confident that I'm being arrogant. I'm being confident, but I'm also mocking the globalists coldly because that's what gets through to them. And I do want to demoralize them. That's not the word to use, but it's the word we have. I want to break them. I want to be a weapon. I want to crush them. I want God to take me and just throw me against them no matter what happens. And it's that spirit of realizing your children have no future if we don't beat these people. It's not like some altruistic goody two-shoes thing that we want to die like heroes just to be heroes. We understand there is no future if we don't beat these people. It's going to become very clear very soon how far gone we already are. And by the time we turn the ship around, it's still going to be real bad, folks. The mental illness, the evil, the genetic damage, and we're going to be so damaged that they're going to say, oh, we have computers and gene editing and everything for you. Just join in with us and we'll take care of you. You have to be willing to die. I would never take a Buddhist or a Christian or an atheist liver to live. Chinese liver. Wouldn't do it. David Rockefeller had 6 heart transplants before he died. Most of them out of China. Little inside baseball. He was on such a power trip 4 years ago before he went to his last Bilderberg, or 3 years ago, that he had a heart transplant 2 days before he went. Now, I'll give him that. He had some will, didn't he? But it was a will to hurt people. And he wanted to be at those tables of power. He wanted to hold on to this life as long as he could, but he didn't. You know where David Rockefeller is now? With other spirits like his. And no more blood to suck. Vampires. In their eternal death. In their spiritual coffins. For eternity alone. Cut off from God, that's hell. The lake of fire is a metaphor. All right, I said I'd go to your calls, and I didn't, but I've gone to a lot of them. But I'm going to go to Tristan, Jeff, Boheem, Devon, Clint, Lewis. I'll get to all those calls before the transmission ends. Paul Watts is coming up the 4th hour. But I've got to say this, or we won't be able to fund ourselves, plus they're great products you need. Yeah, they go, oh, look, Jones sells vitamins and minerals and water filters and air filters, and everything is good for you. Doesn't mean I'm the perfect person. It just means everything we bring you is the very best we can. We have store-wide free shipping, and we have great products. Cellforce is the Bio-PQQ, the CoQ10, all the other things. Promotes cellular energy production, optimal mental health, supports cardiovascular health. But it's not a stimulant. It's the building blocks, the brain, the heart, the body, associated with nerve regrowth. Cellforce is basically DNA Force, but a different formula, where it's still really expensive formula for us, but not as expensive. I think we're just going to have DNA Force up there at the regular price and have Cellforce as the discounted one, but it's apples and oranges. Which one's is even better? They're both excellent. And one's 33% off right now, one's 50% off, but that's what it is, and it's really incredible. If you can afford it, it's the best thing you can do for yourself, your children, your family. We had a caller yesterday ask, hey, can you give caveman to children? Absolutely. It's not a drug. It's not even a supplement. It's concentrated organic chicken bone broth. We don't really have the equations for it, but it's like hundreds of bowls of chicken soup, but not with the calories. Now, you talk about essence of strength, people are just going, I mean, just try it. I mix it in with our organic whey that we sell that's super high quality and grass-fed. Super good. That's our whey is just private label from the top company in the U.S., and we just sell it for $5 to $10 less than they do. But Caveman is proprietary. I saw how big bone broth was. Now it's the big hit with the Olympic people and everything. And I said, well, why not just take something like super concentrated? No one's done this, by the way. It's ultimate bone broth formula. We call it Caveman. But I'm going to change the name, I think. It's a successful product. It was our bestseller for a while. And I never really just promoted it. I mean, I really should promote it more because it's not like some paleo thing where you say paleo for the diet. It's like they used to eat the bones. Everybody knew the bones were what you wanted. And so that's why it's so powerful. Look at the chaga mushroom, so much more. 50% off. Try Caveman and chocolate or strawberry flavor. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And all these specials have got to end in the next few days. Order by the 18th, have delivery guaranteed in the U.S. before Christmas. So thank you all for your support. Massive savings are going to end soon at InfoWarsStore.com.
Bad luck, wind been blowing at my back.
Starting to turn around, though, isn't it?
I pray you don't look at me. I pray I don't look.
And the spirit of evil, spirit of disease, wants to keep this nation broken.
The soul of misery.
They want to continue to suck off of us, the vampires. They don't just want the money. They want us poor, so we have to beg to them. Well, I want to make you rich. I want to make you spiritually rich. I want to make you powerful. I want to make you successful. I want to make you honorable. I want to make you close to God. Because that's what I want. And see, I'm too... Arrogant's not the word. But it's a close word. I'm too arrogant to want to put you down to feel big. I'm too confident. I'm too self-assured to want to see you fail. And then I realize a lot of people want to see other people fail. They want to make you miserable and stupid. They enjoy lying to you. They enjoy screwing you over. And if you understand that, you understand basically everything. There are people that'll go out of their way to cheat you rather than successfully make money with you and build a future. They're evil. It doesn't make sense. It'd be better for them just to build, but they cannot help it. Like Zuckerberg calling his users that trust him dumb effers. But his own engineers are coming out and saying, no, we plan to hurt people, and it is hurting people, and it's consciously evil. You've got, like, a whole bunch of the executives, with the former president, the former head of development, coming out saying, man, this is really bad, and we knew it was bad. How much more worse is it going to get? Because they don't want to have one big store you buy everything from so we all move into the future together. They want one big store like Amazon. They want one big thing like Google because they got a plan and they're going to make you do it, and they think it's funny. And when I see the public dumbed down and weak, it doesn't make me feel strong. See, it makes globalists feel strong to see weak people all around them. It makes me feel weak. When I see people weak, when I see people stupid, when I see people falling down, it makes me feel weak. When I see great art, great literature, great music, great culture, great courage, I don't care what color you are, where you're from, I feel like I'm winning. I feel a celebration. But the psychopaths and the sociopaths, they look at me and they think I'm stupid. Well, let me tell them something. All that evil you think is the universe and that you think is power is only one aspect. And you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. You're so in love with yourselves, these globalists all over the world, they're like Juncker, inbred German Nazi royalty, all of them, are jokes, ladies and gentlemen. We ought to thank God every minute we're not them, and we should reject Hollywood and mainstream media and the stupid, arrogant NFL. It's a joke. It's all weapons formed against us in their own admissions. I want to go to more of your phone calls, and I need to because I've got to play this clip before Paul Watson comes on. And the reason I didn't play at the start of the show is, quite frankly, I watched it this morning at about 5:30. I couldn't sleep. I got up, and I went online, and I was looking at stuff, and I saw this put out by the Dutch government, and it's so sick that I don't feel like I'm worthy to even describe how sick it is. Just, I've got too much to say. I don't. You've got this weak, soft bureaucrat getting off on making a Down syndrome man feel bad and feel worthless, like he should die. And it's all done real cutesy and fake and liberal by an effeminate, he's not even, it's wrong to women, he's not effeminate, by a soft little beta male who gets off on that he's better in his mind than this person with Down syndrome, who, if anybody knows those people, definitely are in touch with God and have a big soul. And I look at this soulless guy that looks deformed and ugly to me. The Down syndrome guy with his open face listening and giving honest answers, that sounds like God to me. And then the other guy sounds like somebody I want to strangle. My soul says that's the enemy, and these people sit there making fun of this guy. And that's everything I'm talking about. I am so tired of it. How they take the innocence of somebody like this and they piss all over it to their liberal audience that thinks it's all funny. When you're all going to be there, you're all, the cancer rates, you think they're bad now. They're only going, I mean, everybody thinks this is so funny. This is not funny. And if you sit there and start saying we're going to abort every Down syndrome child, then it's going to be everybody with what they say is a genetic disorder. And they already say being aggressive is mentally ill. They already say Donald Trump being pig-headed and delivering on his promises and really believing in America is mental illness because they're mentally ill. They already sold out to evil. They already think it's crazy to have morals. They don't get the fact that that's the governing force that allows us to have a civilization. We're bigger killers than you dumbasses. We just have a governor. And we will kill you. Make no mistake. You're pushing it. And when we start killing you, I don't even like to go down that road because I don't want to become what you imagine you are. But I'll tell you this. You think you're going to kill little mentally retarded children? Oh, don't use the word retarded. Just kill them. See how political correctness works? You think you're going to do stuff like that and you're going to get away with something. You're going to feel powerful. You're going to spiritually waddle around in front of somebody who's got an extra chromosome and look down on them because you're such a big man. When I guarantee you have a miserable, horrible life, and you want to creep out creepily bring out your eugenics again after it got a big fat black eye under Herr Hitler, and you want to shove it down our throats because once they get everybody involved in global health care and socialism, they go, well, we're paying for all these old people, we're paying for all these mentally retarded people. And I can't tell you how many old people I know that vote for higher taxes thinking they're getting a piece of it, and then when they get their house taken, they commit suicide. They're genetically sabotaging us right now with the GMO to make us all genetically falling apart, to then make us all have to go in for genetic engineering to even have kids. That's their admitted ultimate game plan. And then we're going to be replicants thinking we're having kids, and we're having replicants. They're already going, we're going to have a first child. They have embryos. They've frozen them. They're looking to implant them in surrogates. 5 lesbians. And if you're against it, you're against lesbians. And we have the first baby with 5 daddies. It's not a person. But see, it's the whole LGBTQ whatever. It's not about men, women having sex, men having sex. That's just the beginning. Oh, if you accept men having sex with each other, which, that's people, that's humans, then it's, oh, sex with your car is okay, or gouge your eyeballs out. We'll pay for it with the taxes. And they call that an anti-gay rant. This is their deployed anti-human plan that I don't think comes from here. I think this must be like how they roll this out on other planets. You know, like the Exterminator, the Orkin Man just dropped by, and this is it. Hell, maybe even the Orkin Man gave us the Bible because metaphysically he's got to give us a warning. Here's how I'm going to kill you. Then it's all happening. I mean, for the sadist out there, maybe that's what it is. I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is, but yeah, I see, now you get it. You're not going to find the light in most of those churches. Those are dens of devils. You're going to find God on your knees trying to seek the truth. Enough about that. Just the evil in the world gets me so close to God because that's what it is. I got all these calls to get to. You know, I mentioned this sickening video put out by the Dutch National Institutes for Public Health where they have this sweet Down syndrome gentleman. And everybody says it, but I've known folks that are like this. They say they're super smart in ways, emotionally, spiritually, really strong physically. But again, they say all of us have genetic disorders. That's another fraud. They say, oh, cancer's up because our genetics are bad. No, we have bad things in our environment that under our genetics kill us. They lie while everybody's getting sicker and sicker and don't point out what's really happening. They go, oh, you're predisposed to lung cancer. Really, smoking's way down, but lung cancer's up. On and on and on. No, the fluoride causes it, and you know it does. Yes, genetically, if I get a bunch of fluoride, I get lung cancer and bone cancer. You know that. It's like if I get shot in the head genetically, I bleed out and die. So they play these games, go, oh, you're all dying, your genetics are bad. And then they point at somebody that's got an extra chromosome in God's plan and say, we should not let people have these children and not let them have insurance if they get these children because we're all paying. See, I don't want to be in your communist system where everything I do is controlled because I'm connected to somebody else. I want my own house, my own life, my own children, my own wife. They've got me. We do what we want. We're free. Got that? That's why collectivism is a unmitigated nightmare. I want to go to your calls, but right now let's go to just a clip of this. It's in Dutch, so I will obviously read the words that are below on the screen. Here it is.